Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Story Time channel. I'm Pallavi reading interesting stories for you. Today I'm reading Visions of a Blind Grandmother. This is a story taken from The Upside Down King, written by the great Sudhamurti. Now let's go to the story. Pradyumna was the first son of Lord Krishna and Rukmini. Sambasura, a powerful demon king, had a blind grandmother who could see visions of the past and the future. She was aware that he was looking for opportunities to harm Krishna. One day she said to him, "My child, don't fight with Krishna. If you continue down this path, you will lose your children and your life. But there is no one in this world who can slay me. Tell me, who do you think can do so?" Sambasura questioned her with arrogance. "Krishna's son will be the one to kill you," said his grandmother with sadness. Sambasura knew then that his grandmother's words could come true, so he hatched a plan to kill Pradyumna. Soon he sent a few fierce demons to abduct the child and murder him, but none of them were successful. In the end, he decided to go himself. He journeyed to Dwarka and entered Krishna's palace disguised as a woman with the help of his Mayavi Vidya. Within minutes, he abducted Pradyumna even as he was sleeping next to Rukmini and flew off into the sky with the child. Up in the air, he realized that he could simply drop the baby into the ocean and let him drown. So he threw the child down with great force and returned to his kingdom. Back at his palace, Sambasura said to his grandmother, "Your vision is wrong this time. I have slain Pradyumna and nobody can harm me now. I am immortal." The grandmother was sure of her vision. She replied tersely, "I don't think so, child. I have seen Pradyumna sprang with you, but it was only a vision and I do not understand all that I saw. Oh grandmother, you are rather old now and your eyesight is failing you. Even your visions may not be what they appear to be," said Samba arrogantly, dismissing her with a wave of his hand. Meanwhile, the child who had fallen from the sky was swallowed by a fish in the ocean. When the fish grew big, some fishermen caught it. It was so big that the fishermen decided to take it to the king. "We are ordinary people and can't handle this," they said to each other. "The fish appears to be extraordinary. We should give it to King Sambasura and perhaps he will give us a reward for our find." When the fisherman presented the huge fish to the king, Sambasura was happy and rewarded them with gold coins. Queen Mayavati sent the fish to the royal chef. The chef and his wife Banavati had been longing for a child of their own for many years. Banavati was a secret devotee of Lord Vishnu. When she saw a gigantic fish, she said to her husband, "Let's cut the fish carefully. I think there is a something inside, perhaps gold or jewels. There is no other reason for a fish to grow to this size or shape." When the couple sliced the fish, they found a cherubic baby inside its stomach. Banavati took it as a sign from the heavens. God had sent this baby for her, and she immediately adopted him as her own. After a few days, she carried the baby to Sambasura and asked for his blessings, without revealing where she had found him. Clueless Sambasura named the child Pradyumna. Why have you named him so? Somebody asked him in a court. With the slaying of baby Pradyumna, I have established my victory over Krishna. I want to name this baby Pradyumna too as a reminder of my victory. Banavadi loved the baby like her own, and Pradyumna grew up in the house of his enemy. Because of her knowledge of Maya Vidya, he grew up faster than normal into a handsome young man and looked uncannily like Manmatha, the god of love, who had been killed as a result of Shiva's anger. His wife Rati had been inconsolable then. Vishnu had felt sorry for her and said, "Don't cry, Rati. Your husband will be born in Dwapara Yuga again as a human in the form of Pradyumna in Dwarka. You should also take birth and another form so that you can marry him again." Thus Rati was born as the daughter of Rukmi, who was Rukmini's brother. In this form, Rati was named Rukmavati. In time, Pradyumna became increasingly aware of his identity and the reason for his birth. He waged a fierce war against Sambasura, killed him with his unique weapon Vaishnavastra, and went back to Dwarka. He was the constant companion of Krishna and was loved by all. He then married Rukmavati, who later gave birth to their son Aniruddha. Now, this is the story of Pradyumna. Do you like it? Then tell me in the comment box and subscribe our channel. Bye bye.